All right, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with the third episode of the Three Coals Pod. Me, Arsenal, Zaddy,
aka Spencer Lopes.
high school nickname Zaddy.
Oh,
You like that nickname?
Yeah. Did you like being called Zaddy in high school?
For a time, you did,
It was cool for a time.
and then you kind of matured. And then
Yeah. But it was dope. I'm not gonna lie. When you called him Zaddy, it was dope. Like it was dope. It was dope as hell.
What are you munching on? Some Costco? Is that Costco pizza?
Panera, baby.
Oh, Panera pizza.
Yeah.
Is that an elite pizza? I never had Panera pizza before.
It's good.
Flatbreads are actually pretty good.
What is it? Is it pizza?
I get a Chipotle chicken with 4 times the chicken. I switch out Alfredo for tomato sauce. And I don't eat pork, so I don't eat any of the bacon. Yep.
Fire.
4 times the chicken.
Protein.
4 times chicken. You on that?
That's a lot of chicken.
4 times the chicken is 7 ounces of smoked pulled chicken.
That's not even a lot.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get the big, huh? Are you in the gym or what? Have you been in the gym?
Mm-hmm.
How many times a week so far? 4 times a week?
I do 4. Today's my off day. I'll be in there tomorrow.
Yes, sir. You work tomorrow or what?
No.
Solid. All right, then. Bro, we have a lot to talk about, and I think a lot of people want to hear your opinion on this college football week 1.
Mainly they want to hear his opinion on the Notre Dame game.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that last. Let's talk about the other games, though. Me and Cole can speak first. I think you're eating like your dinner or something.
All right.
So, Cole.
Yeah.
Name some teams that you thought looked good?
I mean, we've been over, bro. I just remember Saturday was straight football.
We were just watching. We had 3
screens going,
bro.
It was.
Who'd you like week 1 though?
Week 1, I think. Who did I like week 1? I think the most impressive team was Georgia.
Talk about that.
I mean, Georgia Stetson Bennett played well. I think he shut me up. I mean, I was kind of iffy. I know he went to the national championship, but I was kind of iffy on him this year.
Me too. He looks like a damn high.
He went into Oregon and just made Oregon look like a JV team. They looked like a JV team. And granted, it is Georgia. He still has weapons, but he did his thing out there. I mean, he did good. And then even though I'm a Utes fan, man, Florida looked different. I'm a Utah fan. Florida looked different. Florida's gonna give the SEC a run for their money. I don't think anybody knew how good Florida was gonna be until this Utah game, and they beat a really good Utah team.
Yeah, they did.
And they came alive. I mean, they have a quarterback that I think he has that Johnny Manziel, that Tim Tebow effect, where they just finds ways to win games. I mean, just something made.
They're comparing him to
Newton.
Just by his size.
Just by his size and the way he can run, but he just makes plays when
Johnny Manziel.
He looked good, bro.
Good.
Their defense looked good.
Good. Everything looked good. I mean,
dude, Utah looked good too.
No, Utah looked good. Yeah, I'm saying they
still have a chance.
No, they still do. They got to win the Pac-12. Though.
They have to win out.
They have to win out. They can't lose.
Yeah,
exactly.
But
I think the quarterback, Cam Rising, dude, he's solid, and Utah is still a playoff contender.
No, he's good. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that want to put the blame on that he's the reason why they lost the game, throwing a pick on the goal line.
Right.
Just me being an athlete and just knowing like when I played and like when I've been a part of a team, it doesn't come down to one play to decide the game. It should have never. If we're going back, it should have never came down to that touchdown. Yeah. Utah had to settle for a field goal on the 5-yard line. They got stopped on 4th and goal at Florida's 3-yard line. There was plays that would have put the game away. That could have put the game away well before Cam Rising, that last drive. I mean, if he had it back, he would like to have it back. But I think if you ask any Utah player, it doesn't fall on him.
I think they had so many opportunities.
Yeah, they had so many opportunities.
I think at the end of the day, they are the better team than Florida. Florida just made timely plays and in big situations, and Utah failed to do that. And they failed to capitalize on some of their drives. But
I think that's the one thing Utah's got to work on is, and they've been known for. They struggle in the red zone.
Right.
and that's to walk away with no point for one possession, and then to walk away with 3 on the 7-yard line and settle for 3. You got to walk away with touchdowns when you're that close to them.
They had no trouble getting down the field.
Yeah,
but it's just like you said, in that like the 30-yard line and in they failed to capitalize a lot of times. But yeah, going off of that, I think there's so many teams that impressed me, but the teams that I like this year were Bama. Bama just looks dominant. Bama and Georgia, I think, are on a tier of their own. And
I think they're for sure locked.
They're locked.
Yeah.
I even with one loss for each of them, they're locks. I don't even want to talk about Bama because they're dominant.
They dominated.
They're going to absolutely.
They're not a bad team.
Yeah, they're absolutely going to.
They're not a bad team.
Who's not a bad team?
Utah State's like not a bad team, but
there's just levels to it. Like
levels, I mean,
for sure. They're gonna go to Texas, and they're gonna absolutely
kill Texas.
Shit on them.
Yeah, I think they go into Texas and they give Texas a rude awakening.
Yeah,
I think Bijan Robinson has a tough game. I don't think he's running and getting loose like that. But I know who you're gonna say for your other team you like, and I want to hear you talk about them for a little bit.
I want to talk about OU. Dylan Gabriel.
Love it.
Different.
Love it.
Looks great against UTEP.
UTEP.
Yeah. UTEP.
But this is a step in the right direction. The defense looks great. Their offense is right there with them.
Offense on fire.
Game, and they have some cupcakes the first 2 games, but they look good. They handled their business and they did what they needed to do. And same goes for Michigan, my other team. I love Michigan. Their defense, and their run game. That's where they lay their hat on, and they are gonna absolutely take a dookie on Hawaii.
They're dominating them this week. I'm gonna hammer that spread, dude.
Hawaii is complete dog shit.
Dude, their QB hasn't thrown a passing touchdown. I don't think.
I feel so bad for them.
He has 4 picks.
The logo boys.
Yes, it's not their fault.
It's not, and you know what? I mean, they're allowing 47 points against Western Kentucky. It's hard to play defense when you come off the field and then your offense goes out. And
100%.
It's 3 and out or it's a pick. It's
100%.
hard.
It's usually a pick.
Yeah, it's hard to play. It's
100%.
And then I think the other one we didn't talk about, dude. I'm telling you right now, if they win this week, they're going to be ranked in the top 25. If Oregon State wins, but the one team I want to talk about, they go and play an SEC opponent. If Arizona can somehow win this week and beat Mississippi State, I think they're ranked in the top 25.
I think they will too, Cole. I think they will too. They have a nice QB. They have a nice QB.
The one thing I do. Mississippi State is one of those rough-nosed teams in the SEC that can Arizona match their level of physicality? Can they match that physicality at that level? I don't know. Because I think this is a big test. You've seen. I think Oregon is not going to be a 2-win, 3-team like Washington State is in the Pac-12. They're going to be right in the mix of it in the Pac-12. But that's just the difference between an SEC school and a Pac-12 school.
That's a good point. We're going to see that this week because SDSU and Mississippi State are on different levels. SDSU, they're always good, but there's a difference, and we could see that in week 1. Spence, how about you? What do you want to highlight? What games you want to highlight?
What I want to highlight is that USC game. They looked really good against, this is not the best opponent, but 66 points. That offense is going crazy.
Offense was clicking.
He looks like a Heisman guy, and I'm excited. I think they're in the top 10 now. Aren't they 8th?
I think they're 10th.
Or 10th? Or 10th now? That is a team that can go to the college football playoffs. They look really, really good.
I want to go that far, I want to see them play some competition.
I'd like to see
but I agree, their offense, dude, they have weapons everywhere. It is almost unfair. They have they have a top 2 receiver. They have a top 3 maybe quarterback. And the other receivers are like 5-star talents,
just 5-star talents that are kind of like no-name guys, but big time.
Bro, I swear, like the second and third stringer guys who can start for any other Pac-12 school. It's crazy, and their defense had three pick sixes.
Crazy. That's crazy. That's different.
But yeah, Spence, let's get into that Notre Dame game, bro.
Yeah, what do you think? Yeah, let's get into. I know there's a lot of
All right, bro, we gotta. Bro, damn.
Okay, yeah, sorry. No. Yeah, take a break. All right. Holy.
I just got okay. Spence, go into Spence.
Yeah, I think Spence. I just definitely think for some people out there, I mean, even myself included, that you had a good point about the ND game, but your arguments weren't getting across to some of our followers on friend group and things like that. They just didn't understand.
Spence, I want you to explain the whole thing. What is your argument and what are everyone else arguing?
Notre Dame? I think we were talking about how to assign blame. Like who should take the blame for why they couldn't beat Ohio State. And I think Ohio State's the superior team. Like, that's fair. Offensively, I think Ohio State has a really good QB. And Notre Dame, doesn't. And I think that's a big problem of why they couldn't win. They just couldn't score. I mean, you can't score they scored 10 points, I think.
Yeah.
You can't score 10 points and beat almost anybody. But I think, those last couple drives, you could see, they have a good front, but that Ohio State, they just ran the ball down their throats. They drove down the field. They imposed their will against them. And I think that's a tough way when you fight them all game and in the fourth, you get driven down on. I think that just speaks to, it's hard to say that's not their fault. You know what I mean? That's just will there. And I'm not saying they don't have that, but I think, good teams can beat great teams beat good teams in the fourth. I think that's where you see a good team play and a great team just go off. And I think I would say most of it's offensively, but I'm not gonna say it's 100% offensively.
I hear you. We all hear you, but your argument earlier that earlier this week over the weekend was you were disappointed in Notre Dame. They didn't exceed. Because if we're going off of what everyone expected, they did better than anyone thought they were gonna do.
They're ranked at the five.
They're ranked, yeah.
But the top three
teams
country are not
three.
Clemson. It's not Clemson.
Not Clemson.
Yeah,
Clemson.
Those top three teams are on another stratosphere than the Notre Dame, than the Clemson system, than everyone else. Going into Ohio State week 1, this is a quarterback who has never, I don't think he's ever started a game for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And to go on the road and for their defense to play like that against an Ohio State offense, which is probably the best in the country. In the preseason,
they're ranked best in the country.
They were supposed to be the best offense in the country, hands down, with CJ Stroud as a Heisman favorite. They gave up 21 points. That's a fucking win. That's a freaking win for Freeman and the head coach and Notre Dame. I think they could make the playoffs because their defense is like that, and their quarterback he played all right. But what do you expect out of a starter who never played and goes into
I hear what you're saying, but I think their potential is higher. Does that make sense?
I mean,
they can play even better.
Potentially wise, go look how many points go look when Notre Dame had arguably one of the best defenses ever when they had when Manti was playing there, and they walk in and play who they play and they get 48-0.
Alabama was a little
48-0 then. But I'm just saying, look, they go play in any big game, they allow way more than 21 points. Yeah. Every year when they were ranked higher than this, they came out and allowed 21 points to arguably the best offense in the nation.
Yeah.
And I get that you're a USC fan now. You want to ride Caleb Williams, but on paper,
Notre Dame actually
has the best offense on paper. I mean, they have arguably the best quarterback in this draft class. That's probably going to go ahead of Bryce Young in the draft, C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Because he's the most pro-style ready quarterback. And they have arguably, I think he's the best in my eyes, best receiver.
But he wasn't playing.
Too.
But also, Spence, the expectation for Notre Dame in this game was they're supposed to lose by what? 17.
They lost by 11.
According to Vegas, they exceeded expectations.
But against anybody. I think on Saturday when they played, everybody on College Game Day, I think a lot of people took the spread. Ohio State was going to walk in there and blow Notre Dame out.
I thought that too.
I thought they were going to blow.
I wouldn't have bet that. I wouldn't have bet 17.
I thought Notre Dame was. I thought Ohio State was going to blow Notre Dame. We were talking about it all week. I thought it was going to be a Georgia,
Oregon kind of game.
But Notre Dame held their own
for most of the game, right?
They held their own for most of the game. I mean, they started at 5. They fell 3 rankings. That shows you something that they still.
Bro, I hear you on that. I'm just saying. I think they have more potential than this.
But why is that? Because we know. I think we know their defense is like that, and their offense is going to struggle. The quarterback play is not really that good. No hate on him, but he's just not ready for that kind of moment yet. It's going to take some time. Okay. The running play is decent. The receiver play is really nowhere to be found. They're just missing a lot on the offensive side of the ball.
Tight end's not bad.
If they had a 5-star quarterback or a 4-star quarterback that was a big name, and they had these guys that were big name guys, and they had those expectations, then I could see they were supposed to go in there and score more than 10 points. But no, I mean, I don't think you could say that about them because before this game was done, could you have told me one player on the offense side of the ball for Notre Dame?
No.
The only one I could tell you is the tight end. He's the best in the nation.
Yeah.
What were your expectations coming in for Notre Dame this year? Was it to win the college football playoff?
No.
What is your expectation of them?
I think they could.
What's their potential?
Their potential is probably a 4 seed.
A playoff team, correct? Yeah. But they're not.
That's a potential.
But they're not in the same stratosphere as Ohio State.
That's fair. But I will say that I think they could beat Ohio State on their best day.
No,
I don't know about that.
Ohio State's best day, but their best game can beat Ohio State. Does that make sense? They're not a team that their best game's not going to beat Ohio State. I think their best game can.
Now, I really want to hear what me and you were arguing about. I want to hear why you were saying the blame. Why you asked. Let me just go back, sorry.
It was Cam Rising.
So, yeah. Cam Rising. Why you wanted to say
situation.
Question. Despite how Utah offense played and Cam Rising played, specifically in that Florida game, does the blame not fall on him for throwing a pick at the goal line? I want to know why you think the blame of the game falls on him.
Okay. Like I said, we were talking about blame. I don't think a blame, like the whole game, should be blamed on him. But that pick is on him. And that played a big role in football. But that is a big reason why they lost. Because if you see that drive, he almost threw a pick at the beginning of it. They didn't need a touchdown there. It's not 4th down. They don't have to score. I mean, you see that.
Yeah, but did you watch
the very worst?
Did you watch the whole game?
No, I didn't watch the whole game.
I think you guys are agreeing.
No, yeah, we're agreeing to the song.
I'm not saying the whole game's on his shoulders, but I'm saying in that, I think it was 2nd or 3rd down.
Oh yeah, in that situation.
At worst, you go to OT. You can't throw a pick there.
But you agree with
that. I agree with that. I agree with that. But at the same time, too, it's like you're 2nd and goal. You have 30 seconds. You have time to run the ball.
Fair.
Yep. Yeah, we're agreeing.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying
now. I'm saying your point earlier in the week was the whole game fell on him.
Okay, I think you misinterpreted blame.
I can go back
and 100%.
You said that, but I think you're going back.
Yeah, you're going back on it now. Yeah, good. Yeah, it's good.
Because the whole game is not on his.
It's not gonna go down on one play, but he should be blamed for that loss. It's not like he's scot-free out here.
Okay, no, now you're changing.
Yeah, he shouldn't. I'm saying there's so many other. So that's like me saying if you're on the 1 yard line and you're playing ends fence, right? And it's fourth down, and the quarterback, you're 1-on-1 with the quarterback, and he jukes out your shoes. I'm gonna say, fuck you, Spence. This game's on you. You couldn't tackle him.
I don't say you can't say the whole game, but you fucked up there.
Yeah,
you fucked up in that big ass spot.
Yes, but I'm saying there's other moments that one of them. So I'm saying I agree with you to the sense that he fucked up in that moment, but the blame does not, like you were saying.
It's not solely on.
No, I don't. It can't be sole blame. I don't think there's ever a time where you have sole blame. I honestly don't.
All right, let's just end it.
I don't think so.
And then we're ending it there before it goes back. Sorry.
All right. Well,
got the next one. Shoot.
Are you done with college football? You want us to talk about college football? Or we jump to that?
We got the matchups.
Oh, the matchups? Okay.
Yeah, we got the matchups this week.
That's not this
week's
right?
matchups.
Yeah.
We got the games.
Yeah, a lot of matchups. NFL starts.
What ones we're excited about, though?
Yeah, the ones that we're excited about.
Okay, are we gonna do our 5-game picks?
Me and Cole.
We posted on the Twitter.
Do you want one or no?
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
Okay, so we'll post it on Twitter.
I already posted mine on Twitter, but we can talk about.
Yeah, we can take yours.
Yeah. What games do you like this week, and we'll talk about them.
Pro or college?
College.
Okay. College different. College different.
All right. What games do you like this week?
We can talk about Kentucky and Florida to start off.
Okay.
So who do you like in that one? Kentucky and Florida?
Florida game. I mean, I just think I know Kentucky's good and can't count them out. They're still SEC school. They got good quarterback play. Arguably a first rounder too. I think in some people's mock drafts, stuff like that. But I don't know. I think Florida just finds ways to win, and they played against a good physical Utah team, and I think Kentucky's kind of been that team in the SEC that's been, I guess you could say, the more I don't want to use the word fragile team where they like to play fast, they like to use their speed. I think Florida matches up with them well. And I'm excited to see. I think Florida wins it. I think Florida covers their spread, -5.5. They win by a touchdown. But I think Florida is just a better team. I really do.
That's a good game. I like Florida too. Florida's playing two really good quarterbacks to start out in Cam Rising, and I think his name is Will Levis or something like that. But he's supposed to be a top draft pick. But I like Florida in this one just because what they showed me against Utah. If they can back up that type of performance at their house again against Kentucky, a good Kentucky team, then
and that crowd.
Yeah, then they should move into the top 10 if they win that game.
Yeah, that's 2 ranked opponents.
In the swamp too. So
yeah. How about Spence? What games you want to highlight?
Probably USC and Stanford.
Who are you taking that one?
USC, I think they're gonna come in and win by at least 2 tubs. Honestly, they're a great team. Offensively, they're flying up to Stanford, and Stanford's got a really solid program over there, but it's not USC right now.
No, not at all.
I mean?
I like that pick, Spence. I do.
I think USC covers.
I think USC comes in, and I think they light Stanford up. I don't even think Stanford's gonna know what hit them.
Yeah, I hope so. If that week 1 performance for USC is indicative of what they can do this whole season, then they have a chance to win the Pac-12.
Yes,
and it's going to be very competitive. Them or Utah. I think those are the only 2 real contenders. I know he loves Oregon State. We'll see this week. This is an important game for them.
Utah, that's
Oregon State.
Oregon State looked. They came in and knocked Boise straight in their mouth.
I thought Boise was going to win that. I'm not going to lie, but you were right. Oregon State was.
They got wet. They probably. I think when I was watching the Boise State game, I think they have the most speed at receivers.
Boise?
I don't know. Oregon State has the most speed at receiver in the Pac-12.
Really?
They got little guys that can fly, like Tyjon Lindsey. Yeah, you got because you got some big name guys when we were in high school, like Tyjon Lindsey that was at Gorman, that was a 5-star, and then he just bounced around from school, and now he finally found a home in Oregon State, and then they got another deep threat. And their quarterback looked good, but USC's, I think Spencer right there. Stanford, I don't know who's on Stanford's defense. Gilman, but I just don't. I don't even know who they played week 1. You know what I mean? But
Stanford is just
not on my radar.
They're just not in the same tier.
They're always just been a middle.
They're mid. And with Andrew Luck, they were decent, but that's about it. But that's a long.
And I think when that Christian, was there.
Oh, I know you got a big game you want to talk about.
I just want to talk about Alabama and how they're gonna whoop that ass because. Bro, I'm so big on Alabama.
I know.
And Texas, Steve Sarkisian was the offensive coordinator a couple years ago for Tua, and I just think Saban is gonna. He has a history of whooping his old coach's ass, and he's gonna do the exact same down in Texas. Horns down. Alabama by 35. Alabama by 35. Roll Tide, baby. Bryce Young, Heisman.
Oh.
What you think, Spence?
I mean, it's hard to not say that, Cole, because Texas is not in the same echelon as Bama, and they're not a bad team either, but, like, it's Bama, dude.
Jeez. Dude,
Bama's I don't know about that one.
We'll see. But Texas does have some talent. I'm just bullshitting.
They do have talent.
He's not tough. You think he's the best running back in college?
I think he is. I think him. You got Henderson from Ohio State, and then you got the guy from Bama, right?
Yeah, the guy from Bama is different. Yeah. I mean, just even talking, Bryce Young threw for 5 touchdowns for halftime or whatever it was. Something ridiculous. Yeah.
And they didn't even play in the second half against Utah State, who won the Mountain West last year.
Yeah. I think another game, Cole.
Let's highlight that the BYU.
Yeah, I think another game that I'm trying to go to this weekend. I'm trying to be there live. BYU plays Baylor at BYU. They play at the Mormon Stadium. They play the home of the Mormons. You know, it's you ask anybody that's ever had a big game there at BYU Stadium at their home field. It is a crazy environment. It is probably like I remember my dad telling me some of his Utah BYU games. Granted, that's a rivalry, but he just said some of those matchups are just the environment was so crazy you couldn't beat it. I think Baylor comes. This is a big test to see if Baylor is number 9 in the country, right? Or if BYU is a top. Well, if they win this game, they got to jump up to like 11. Don't you think? 11, 12, 10, maybe 10. And this is a big week for. I say this. This is a big week for BYU. They were my dark horse for stuff. They play Baylor at home this week. They go to Oregon next week. And then they got Notre Dame and Arkansas on their schedule. That I think both those teams will stay ranked in the top 25. If they get through their schedule, they got the schedule to get in.
They just gotta win.
This will prove though if they're even relevant to talk about.
Exactly.
If they're if they could be that dark horse team, because Baylor's supposed to be really good too. But I think, I'm gonna roll with the Utah. I think they got. This is cliche, but I think they got God on their side coming into playing at Utah, man. They got a little bit of special sauce in them. I say that, but I think it comes down to I know Puka got hurt in their last game, rolled his ankle. So if Puka can't go, I think Baylor wins it. It'll still be close, but if Puka can go, he's a big time player. I mean, I think he's going to be a guy. I think he's going to be a guy that makes plays on Sundays too.
Puka's a game changer for sure.
And let's just Cole.
I already touched it.
Okay.
Michigan's going to whoop that ass too.
Yeah, I was going to say touch on the Hawaii game, but I think that's all for college football. I think Oklahoma, if you're looking for a team that blows out. I mean, Kent State lost to Washington by 24.
Oh yeah, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma's gonna rail.
Oklahoma is
rail Kent State. Yeah,
they might sneak into the top 5 at some point. Possibly.
Oklahoma? Yeah.
They can.
They can.
They possibly might. Yeah.
the big thing is Oklahoma State is can't lose. They have to stay ranked in that Big 12. They have to stay ranked in that Big 12, and I think Texas is gonna have to make some noise. I know they're gonna get their ass kicked, but if Texas can make the game close,
if they can cover the spread, that's a win.
That's a win.
Yeah,
if they cover the spread. That's a win.
Straight up.
But those are the games that I think are the highlighted games. I think the only other game was the Oregon State game because I want to follow them versus Fresno State. Two good teams.
Let's take a little break and then let's move on to the NFL. Right, we're doing our Super Bowl predictions and
Well, I'm excited to talk some pro ball, man.
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll take a little break and we'll see you guys shortly.
See you shortly.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome back, y'all. All right, boys, let's get into some NFL talk, man. Week 1 starts tomorrow with the Bills and against the champs, the Rams. It's gonna be a good one. But first, let's get into our picks, man. Before the season starts, I want to hear you guys' picks. For the division picks. So we'll go. We'll start with the AFC. We'll start up in the East. AFC East predictions. We'll just go around real quick. Tell your piece. Let's do it. Spence, go first. AFC East, 1 through 4.
1 through 4. I think it's obvious who's gonna start off. It's the Bills at 1. Yeah, that's fair, dude. I think they're favored to be in the Super Bowl, or they're favored to win this year. They're gonna win that. At 2, I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I think Tua, this is his year. If it's not, there's no more years. Like, this is it. He's got a lot. I mean, they got Tyreek Hill. They got the back from the 49ers. I mean, they just have speed on that team. I think I'm going to take them. Probably, they're at least a 10-win team, I think, this year. I'm going to be honest.
I like that. 10-7. I like that.
Yeah, maybe 11-6, you know? But the Bills are probably more like a 13-win.
Okay.
The Bills are more like a 13-win type of vibe. Could be 14-3. They're up there. They might get the first seed. So I got them. I got the Patriots at 3. They're gonna hover around 500. They're giving me maybe 9-8 vibes, maybe 8-9 type of deal. You know, they're not a bad team, but Mac Jones, like, he ain't Brady. It's not happening. And then the Jets.
Yeah, okay.
Comment.
Okay. For me, I think I go.
Unless you want to.
The Jets, like, Jets.
They got better, but
they did, but they're not going to be higher than the 4th seed in that. Like, come on, bro.
I think Bills 1.
Do we need to talk about this division?
No. Yes, I have one. I have one. No. 2 is the Dolphins are 2. I'm riding Zach Wilson. Okay, I'm gonna order the jersey for Zach Wilson. Milf Hunter on the back. It says, "I'm ordering that jersey. I want Zach Wilson to do good." And they did get weapons. And as much as I love the Patriots are still. I mean, I don't love them, but Bill Belichick, you gotta give. He's like it's like any Spurs team. I mean, obviously the Spurs have been bad, but can't pop out. So, but I like to see the Jets pass up Patriots.
Oh, I like that.
And that's all I'm saying. They're just going to be the 3 seed and put the Patriots at the 4 seed. It'll be close. I think it's close, but I think that's where they end up.
I like that.
That's all that I'm doing. I know it's probably not going to happen, but just because I don't want to be basic, I'm going to change it up. I want to put faith. I want to put faith into it, and they did get a new team. I think they won the draft between them or the Giants.
Yes.
Between them and the Giants, they won this past year draft. So I want to see what the new talent can do. I think they're going to have a Hall of Fame DB on that team. I think Sauce is a Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. I just want to see what they can do.
Okay.
I won't. You guys touched on everything. I won't touch on it too much, but yeah, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. For me, I love the Jets. They got better. They're still the worst in the division, in my eyes. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about the division, but I'm going to go to the AFC North. I think this is where
love this.
There's a competition for the 1 seed. And for the 1 seed, it's tough, but I'm gonna go with the Ravens. I think Lamar is determined. Lamar is determined
to get paid.
To get paid for one, but he has a lot of people yapping like he wasn't the MVP 2 years ago. Like Lamar is that guy. He's a top 10 quarterback. He's that guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's a top 10 quarterback.
Oh yeah.
And they have the running backs coming back. They have a great defense. They have one of the best coaches in NFL. I think the Ravens make a statement, and I think they win the division by by one game or like a tiebreaker kind of thing. And I think they're over the Bengals, which I have at 2.
Ooh.
They were in the Super Bowl last year. You got to give them credit. They brought everyone back. They have a revamped O-line. It'll be tough. It was just Ravens, Bengals, like right here. But I think the Bengals are going to be 2 just because Burrow and Jamar Chase is a top 5 receiver in the league. T. Higgins is a damn near top 10, top 15 receiver in the league. And like you said, they got the O-line to protect Burrow, hopefully. They got Leo Collins from Dallas. They got a great running back. They got a defense. They got a culture. Now, we'll see if they can replicate what they did last year at the end of the season. So I have Bengals at 2. 3, I'm going to go Steelers. I would have went – now, this would be all different if Deshaun was playing, because I think the Cleveland Browns have a great team with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, but with Jacoby Brissett, they're not going to do nothing in this division, in this conference, a tough conference. I have the Steelers at 3. Trubisky's going to be the starter. He looked good all preseason. So did the other quarterbacks. But I think their defense, Coach Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches in the league. He's had winning seasons every year. He's coached, I believe. It's going to be another winning season, I think. They have enough. They have Najee. They have great wide receivers. I think Pickens is a great pickup in the draft. And opposite Deontay Johnson. And they have Claypool, great tight end. So they're 3. I think they're going to have a winning record, maybe a 9-8, 10-7 record. But I don't think they make the playoffs just because the AFC is so deep, and the AFC, especially the AFC West.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Deep. So I have them 3 and the Browns 4. Spence, you go ahead, brother.
Right. I think it's obvious who's first. It's the Bengals. I'm high on Joey B. I love what I've seen from him. I think he's that guy. He's got that it. He's got that dog in him. If he can stay healthy, he is their franchise guy. I think they're they're a 11, 12 win team. I don't know if they'll get as high as 13, just because it's hard. Like, most of the games are gonna be like, I think all the teams will be around like 3-3. You won't have a team in there that goes like 6-0, 5-1. They're really gonna be around 3-3. It's gonna be hard to beat any one team twice. No, like it's just always is. But yeah, I have them as the first seed. You know, hard overhead here. I've been a Steelers fan since 2015. 7 years. Thank you very much. Pittsburgh Steelers. Hard overhead here. I'm going to go Steelers at 2. I think they sneak into the playoffs as a 7th seed. I really think they do. I think they sneak right in there, and they are a first-round exit waiting to happen. But I think they do. Hard overhead here. I think they can for sure get 10. You know, it's not like they will get 10, but 10 is not out of the question there for sure. And like Cole said, I don't think Mike Tomlin's been below 500 ever. Like, he'll have at least 9 for sure. And so I think the one thing with them, though, obviously, is their QB stitch is tough, because Trubisky's not that guy. He's not that guy at all. And
so how do you have them over the Ravens?
The Ravens,
over the
I have them over just slightly, because I do think they're a good team with a lot of talent, but I just don't buy them. Like I said, heart overhead here. They're a solid team. I don't think they're gonna suck at all, but I'm not buying them in January, in December even. I don't know. I need to see a little more to see. I just am not high on them. And then I think fourth is the Browns, but I don't think the Browns are going to be terrible. Like I don't think any team's going to be below.
They're going to win 6 games this year.
Browns,
yeah. Even though they're a good team, they're going to win 6 games just because of the AFC is like that.
Really,
Yeah.
6 is low.
Not low.
6 is low, but this is not
starting in this division.
This to me does not look like the AFC East, where it's pretty cut and dry. I think it's going to be close all across the board. I think they're going to be a game within each other. I really do. All the teams. I really do. A game.
I think the Browns are a good team, but I think they are a 6-7 win team.
I could see 7. I think 8 even. I really do.
How do you have? Okay, whatever. Cole.
I gotta go with Cole. I'm a Lamar fan.
Yep.
I just think he's special. Ravens are my 1. Bengals are my 2. 3 and 4, I don't even really care. I think it comes down to week 1, who's better. I'm not high on the Steelers. I think the Steelers suck. I don't think Mitchell Trubisky, quarterback,
not that guy.
I just don't think he's gonna get it done. Jacoby Brissett, not gonna get it done. You could go there and sit there and tell me Mitchell Trubisky was a first-round pick, Jacoby Brissett wasn't. They're, in my eyes, and just in the NFL, they're the same. I think both their careers have been the same. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky has been awful his career. I think he's showed glimpses. He showed glimpses where he can be good. The only thing is the Steelers do have a little bit more weapons and Najee Harris and stuff like that, but they can't use it. They can't use their receivers if Trubisky can't get him the ball. I don't know. I think that 3 and 4 spot for me is up for grabs. Really, I think it comes down. I think that's more of an interesting race. It's going to be an interesting race for 3 and 4 too, even with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback.
How you started off with the AFC West, bro?
Yeah,
that's the division, the best. Obviously, the best division in football.
Yep.
AFC West.
Yep. No doubt.
South or West?
There's 4. Go West.
Go West.
Or just go South, I guess. We'll go South.
All right.
Just talking about like.
Yeah, I'm not even going to talk. I'm just going to give my predictions. I don't really watch too many of these teams, but in the South, I'm going to go the Colts at 1. I think they're solid. They got Matt Ryan. I'll go the Titans at 2. And then I'll go the Jags at 3, and then the Texans at 4. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
I think the Colts are the best team in that division.
Yep.
I'm not even going to talk about it.
Yeah, the Colts are obviously the best team in that division. I like Matt Ryan at quarterback. Great defense, best running back in the league. Him or Derrick Henry, but I think the Colts. They kind of scrubbed it last year in the final 2 games, losing to the Jags and losing to Oakland, I think. Not Oakland, Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah.
But I think the Colts, I like Matt Ryan at quarterback. I think they're 1. I think to make the playoffs. I got Titans 2. It's Derrick Henry's team. That's all I got to say. 3, I like the Jaguars. I think they got to get some good free agents. They got a new coach, which I like. And I just think they're better than the Texans. I think the Texans are going to be one of the worst teams in football.
2-win team. They're a solid 2-3-win team.
I just don't want to touch on the Texans too much. But yeah, I'm going to go Colts, Titans, Jags, Texans, and I think only the Colts make the playoffs in that division. I don't think the Titans.
Actually,
what are you oohing?
Actually,
you just get the Steelers.
No, well, the Titans are not a bad team at all, but that's kind of fair because you're not going to take out the Chargers or the Raiders for the Titans, and I'm not going to take out the Steelers.
I'm taking the Dolphins over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the Dolphins are a playoff team this year, so yeah, that's actually. I mean, but the Titans are not going to be a bad team. They're not.
They're not. They're a win team. maybe.
I think they can go 10-7. I don't think that's out of their reach at all.
All right. AFC West.
Who does he have?
Oh, yeah. Who do you have?
I got the Colts first. Hot take. They are going to be in the AFC Championship game
I like that.
this year. Yeah, they've improved with their QB trade. I mean, the Colts are good. I got the Titans at 2. Henry is the best back in the league. I'm gonna say that right now. But the Colts are just a little bit above them. And then I got, Jags at 3. Texans might be the worst team in football this year. They're horrendous. So
yeah,
here's what it is there.
All right, the AFC West. All right, I can start it off. The AFC West is a tough division.
Love it.
Yeah, it's probably the most loaded division I think in the NFL. It might be up there. For me, I'm gonna do. Cole and Spencer and I are gonna agree with this. I'm gonna put the Chargers at 1.
Ooh. Okay.
I think going back to how you were saying, Chargers and Bills are the most favorite teams to get to the Super Bowl this year. I think the Chargers and the Bills opened up not too far behind each other to win the Super Bowl. So I'm doing the Chargers at 1. And just because I hate the Kansas City Chiefs. I hate them.
More than the Patriots?
They had a top 3 defense. They had a top 3 defense in the league. They're the only team in the last 5 years, I think 7 years, to not go to the playoffs with a top 5 defense. And they got the quarterback to get there. I'm gonna say, and they have the weapons on offense. I think the Denver Broncos go 2. And then
Wait.
And then I'll do
the Broncos over the Raiders
at 3, and then the Raiders at 4. And I'm not gonna get too much just because we're getting on some time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What do you think, Spence?
I got the Chiefs at 1 with the best QB in pro ball. Chiefs at 1. They're going to the Super Bowl. I'm saying that right now. I got 2. I'm gonna go with the Chargers at 2. I think Herbert's for real. He can play. They got Mac. They got Bosa. They got talent. I mean, they got some dogs.
Yeah.
I like the Chargers. They're also a playoff team. I got the Raiders at 3. The Raiders look good. I'm not big on Carr though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's that guy. They kind of remind me of the Chargers without a really top tier QB, but they have tons of talent. And then I think 4th is going to be the Broncos. Again, won't be a bad team, but like I'm just not taking them over the Raiders, Chargers, or the Chiefs. Like I'm not.
I like that. Okay, I'm gonna agree with Cole on this one, man. I think the 1 seed this year is the LA Chargers. I think they had one of the best off seasons in the NFL. They got J.C. Jackson, one of the best DBs in football, and they got Khalil Mack, a great pass rusher opposite Bosa. They have Herbert, a top 5 quarterback. They have Eckler, a top 10 running back. They have 2 of the best wide receivers in the league in Keenan and Mike Williams. How can you not like the Chargers? Chargers at 1 this year. I think they take a step over the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are 2. I think the Chiefs still make the playoffs. I think they're still great. I don't want to put too much into the Tyreek Hill.
That's what I got. That's why I can't do that.
But I still think that Mahomes is the best in the league. The
only reason why I say it's gonna hurt Mahomes is just watching it is when he was out of the pocket and scrambling, his number 1 target that was always open was Tyreek Hill.
Right.
And he's very good quarterback outside of the pocket.
But he still has his top target in Kelsey. I think he targets Kelsey the most.
Doesn't have that deep threat that he did with Tyreek Hill. I mean, we can say Hardman's that deep threat.
They still have speed though. I agree.
Scanlon, which I think
I agree. But I think the Packers are hurt more than the Chiefs are. I'm gonna say that.
We'll get into that.
But 3, I have the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. I think they also make the playoffs for me this year. So I think 3 teams in that division make the playoffs. I love Devontae Adams. I love Chandler Jones. Aside,
Crosby's up.
I think Josh Jacobs. I think the passing game just opens up the run game for him. I just love.
They have a good.
They got a solid team.
They make the playoffs. They're my 3 seed in the West, and then I have the Broncos 4. Love what they did in the offseason too. They'll be much improved. I love them, but they are my 4 seed just because. Oh, in any other division, they're top 2 seed, but just because they are in that division, I don't think they make the playoffs. So I'm going to give you a rundown of my 7 playoff teams for the AFC, and you guys can go after. So here are my playoff predictions. I have Bills 1. I don't know why I put the closer. I have Bills 1. I have the Colts 2. I have the Bengals 3. Bills 1, Chargers 2. I have the Colts 3, and I have the Ravens 4, and then I have Chiefs 5. I have Bengals 6, and then I have the Raiders 7. So I guess I don't have the Dolphins in it. I think the Dolphins are right there, but I don't have the Dolphins. So
I think I go. Who'd you go as your 1? You went the Bills. I can agree. The Bills 1, the Chargers 2, the 3. I'll do the Colts. I'm like you said, I'm high on the Colts.
You have Ravens 4.
Then I have the Ravens 4. Then 5. I'm gonna go 5. I'm going the Chiefs.
You went Broncos 2 though.
Oh yeah, Broncos 2. Yeah. Broncos are gonna be 5 then. Yeah. Broncos are 5, and then 6 would be.
The Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs, and then the Bengals finish out.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I got started off with. I might go Chiefs 1. I'm gonna probably go Chiefs 1, 2 Bills. I'll go 3. I'll go Colts. I got the Bengals at 4. 5 is gonna be the Chargers. 6 is gonna be the Dolphins, and I got the Steelers at 7.
Okay, so those are our AFC predictions. Let's move on to NFC. Let's kind of get through this quickly. I think we're short, short on time or whatever. But
let's start with the NFC.
Let's start with the NFC East. This is a better division, but it's still pretty bad. I have Eagles winning the division. I think they have a great offseason, and their team is one of the best in the league, honestly, on paper. I think Eagles 1, Cowboys 2. I got the Commanders at 3, and I have the Giants at 4. I just like Carson Wentz better than Daniel Jones, so I have them at 3. Cowboys are the Cowboys. They will win 9-10 games, but they're nothing special. So that's my NFC least.
My NFC East division would be the Eagles at 1 winning it. I think, like you said, they had a great offseason. I'm excited to see how Jalen Hurts plays this year. I think they got a great team. Then I'll do the Cowboys at 2, and then like you said, they're the Cowboys. And then for my 3-4, I'm gonna do. I think the Giants had the best draft. The Jets had the best draft, and I want to put the Giants at 3, and then the Commanders at 4. And that's Carson Wentz is the same Carson Wentz that we saw in the Eagles that first year. And, I think he's good. I think he can be good, but yeah, that's basically the rundown of the division. So
this might be the only time I compliment the Cowboys, but I think they're first. I'm gonna go Cowboys 1. They have a ton of talent. Their coaching is whatever, but they do have a ton of talent. I'm gonna go Cowboys 1, Eagles 2. I got Commanders at 3 and Giants at 4.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Spence, start us off with the North.
North is still gonna be for the Packers. I don't see anybody else competing with them. I got the Vikings at 2. I got the Bears at 3, and then what might be the worst team in football, the Detroit Lions. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
For my North, I'm gonna go the Packers at 1. Even if A-Rod struggles this year with just lack of receivers, I mean, you saw in the preseason a little bit. Then Vikings at 2, and then the Bears at 3, and then the Lions at 4.
Like that. Still got to go Packers 1, even with the Devontae Adams departure. Got to go them 1 for sure. Vikings at 2. Love their weapon in JJ or Triple J. Their defense is great. I got the Lions at 3. Love their head coach. Love their culture over there. And I think the Bears are complete dog shit. They're 4. Cole, Sal. Did you go?
He went. Sorry,
Sal.
No, I'm rocking with my favorite team. Bucks are winning the division.
Disagree.
Bucks are winning the division. In my eyes, I don't know how you can't call him still the best quarterback in the league. He just still led the league in touchdowns last year. He's the best quarterback still in the NFL. Till he retires, till he leaves, till he has a bad year. But they're winning it. And then for 2, I put the Saints. And then actually, no, I can't put the Saints there. I can't. I'm not high on Jameis. He screwed us over by drafting all to draft Marcus. I'm riding with Baker. I think Baker does great with the Panthers this year. I think McCaffrey has a great year. I think they're 2, and then I put the Saints at 3, and then the Falcons at 4. It's self-explanatory. That's what I'm going there. Cole, what are you doing in the South?
I'm going Tampa at 1. It's obvious. The GOAT. I got Panthers at 2. I like Baker. I love Baker. We're both huge Baker fans.
Whoa, what?
I'm a Baker fan. I'm
not on Baker's train at all.
That's okay. You're not sweating. We differ.
I forget you're a Trubisky fan. Wait, we'll talk about
bro,
that.
I'm not on Trubisky at all, bro.
I know. I'm just giving you crap.
Then I got Saints 3, Falcons 4. I love Mariota, but their team is dog shit. Spence, go.
Bro, I could not agree more. I think we have all the same picks.
All right.
TB12, they're a playoff team. 2nd round exit, probably. Panthers at 2, Saints at 3, Falcons at 4. I mean, there's nothing there.
So start us off with probably the best division in NFC, I think. Start us off in the West.
Okay, the West, I have the Rams 1. I have to put them in the Super Bowl champs. Returned almost everyone, I think. They actually didn't, but they got some good players back. I would say Niners 2. Still like the Niners. Great defense. Great team overall. See how Trey Lance does in his first season starting. I got Cardinals 3. I love Kyler Murray. I love that team, but I just think the Niners are a better team overall. And the 4th, who's the Seahawks? Obviously.
For me, like you said, you can't take away from the Rams. You got to put them at 1. They're the Super Bowl champs. They still return a lot of guys. They finally got good quarterback play. I think that showed last year what that can do. 2, though, I love Kyler Murray. I think last year, if he stays healthy, they give the Rams a run for their money in that division. I think when he got hurt, they were 7-0 or something like that. And then I'll put them at 2, and then I'll put the 49ers at 3. Trey Lance tries to prove it to me that he's a starter in this league. And then Seahawks at 4 because they're just not any good anymore.
Yeah, I got the Rams At 1, I'm still pretty high on them. They're going to. I don't know if they're going, but they're contenders. I got the 49ers at 2. I think they'll still be good. I just don't think they'll be as good as the Rams this year. They do have Trey starting at QB. They still have a really good team though, especially that front four.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. The Cardinals will be good, but I'm not high on Kyler personally. And then I got the Seahawks. They're gonna be horrendous. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Not gonna be very good this year.
Take a miracle.
I think we agree on that. The Seahawks are going to be terrible, and I think Pete Carroll gets fired at the end of the season.
He gets probably.
All right, Spence. So we'll do NFC, right? Okay, Spence. What's your NFC predictions? Playoff.
I'm gonna go Rams.
Right.
Tampa at 2. I'm gonna go
Right.
Packers at 3. 4, I got them boys. Then at 5, I'm gonna go Niners. I probably got. God, it's tough. The NFC's not that good, bro. They're not. Like maybe the Vikings at 6.
You get the Eagles. Eagles, probably the Eagles or the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals over Eagles.
Okay.
Maybe 6, 7. Yeah, isn't. Yeah.
All right, Arsenal.
For me, I'll go Bucks at 1, Rams at 2. 3, I'm gonna say. 3, I'll put the Packers.
Yeah.
Put the Packers at 3. 4, you'll go. Who's 4? Spence. Who's your 4?
You got Eagles.
Yeah, 4, I'm going Eagles. Yeah. 5, I'm going. Panthers. I think Panthers make it this year.
At 5?
Really?
Yeah, 5. At 5.
You're a Carolina fan? Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm surprised people.
Who's 5 though? You want Panthers at 5?
No. Now we'll go. I'm gonna go the Cardinals. I got them at 2. That's why.
Okay.
Cardinals at 5, and then 6 we'll go. 6 will go. It's tough. The Niners. I think the Niners stick in there.
Okay.
3 teams from that division. I need the Panthers 7.
Okay. Wow, Panthers. I like that. All right. Number 1, Rams. Number 2, Tampa. 3, Eagles. 4, Packers. 5, Niners. 6, Boys. 7, Vikings. So we got our NFC and our AFC predictions right there. We will post them to our Instagram. Now for the Super Bowl.
Rams Chiefs.
Rams Chiefs is Spencer. Super Bowl. I'll just go like this. Rams versus Chiefs. Super Bowl.
I think Rams are gonna end up playing.
Cole is Bucks versus the Bills. I got the Bills versus
Before
the Rams.
Ooh.
Rams. All right, those are our Super Bowl predictions.
Love it.
Rams, Chiefs, Bucks, Bills, Bills, Rams. So
Yes, sir.
Those are not really hot takes, but I think those are
those takes.
Yeah, for sure. What else we got on the agenda today, boys? Is that
Top
it?
threes.
Let's do our tier talk. Real quick.
Sir.
Spence, introduce
Okay. Starting off at 3.
Introduce it.
Okay. So today's topic, our tier talk, is top 3 R&B artists. I'm gonna go with like slow jams. Like, what do you play in a quiet storm? Quiet storm. You feel me on that?
All right. What is it? Talk to me.
Okay, at 3. Ooh, at 3, I'm gonna go with Trey songs. I think he really vibes with that. A bit of a slow jam there.
You are a Trey Songz kind of guy.
Yeah.
What else you do with Trey Songz?
Bruh.
I know it's just not driving in the rain, huh? What else you do?
Bruh. Trey, you put on. I'm telling you, bro. He has some really good stuff.
I know, but when did you put on Trey? I want to know, like, all the times you put on Trey Songz. Like, what's the move?
Trey Songz is more like candlelight, pouring rain outside. It's a pouring rain. You got the candle lit. You know.
Candles lit in the car?
Huh?
Rose petals on the bed type.
Yeah, Trey.
So like that's Trey Songz.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that like quiet, you know.
I hear you.
Between the sheets. Yeah.
Hey, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
Spence is getting busy. I like it.
I hear it.
Spence, right. Who's your two?
So 2, are we just going straight up?
We're going in order usually.
Do we?
Yeah.
You do 3 and then he does 3.
Oh, do we do that?
Yeah. 3 3s, 2 2 2s, 1 1 1.
Is John Legend R&B artist?
Yes.
John Legend, my 3. I love John Legend. That might be a completely like foul and disrespectful to R&B. I don't know.
Wait. Is this all time or is this?
Yeah, this could be anything you want.
Ooh.
This is my right now.
Hey, so 3. Hey, 3.
Might have to change it.
I hate him as a person. He's a shitty person, but bro, you can't help but like his music. And I gotta go for my 3 is R. Kelly.
Ooh.
Like I hate him like he's a horrible person. I'm not saying he's a good person, but his music is undefeated, fam. I mean, he just got some bangers.
I didn't know we were going all time. I thought we were just going right now.
All time is gonna be even tougher than.
Why you want to go right now?
Let's just do it right now.
Okay, fine.
Let's just do it right now.
Right now 3. Then I'll go. 3. I'm gonna go Daniel Caesar.
Daniel Caesar is a vibe, bro.
I could listen to Daniel Caesar any day.
I like Daniel Caesar. I love that.
You know who I might have to slash at 3. I might have to have a fucking slash at 3. And I don't play him as much, but he's got some bangers, and I think his first EP was his best. Jacquees.
Okay. You do like
that. First EP was his first. Queen music, right, yes.
Who's your 2 then?
We got a lot. I'm gonna have to go with Chris Brown, bro.
Okay.
I like, and not necessarily his new stuff. Actually, nah. I'm gonna have to take that back because I got a lot of guys. No. Cancel that. I'm gonna go with Party Next Door.
Okay.
Party Next Door, really the whole
crazy
vibe, bro. Driving down, cruising, really like Party.
I hear you.
His best song, Things and Such. Things and Such is like the whole thing.
Things and Such go crazy.
Okay, go 2s.
All right, 2. I'm gonna go Lauryn Hill, man. Ooh, Lauryn Hill is definitely my 2. I've been on her for a couple years now, but I can't stop listening to her the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album. That is a bop. That is my type for sure. I'm gonna have Lauryn Hill at 2.
Put us on.
And I want to do a what you call it? It's not a wait list. What's like the honorable mention to LMI. Love LMI's music for sure.
LMI is fire.
All right. Let's do it real quick.
Yeah, my 2 is gonna be what's her face? I think of her name. Oh, jeez. Oh, Janae Aiko.
Oh, she's fire.
Yeah,
she's got that too. She's got that gas.
That's when you can put on any time of the
can.
All
right, Spencer, 1.
First,
let's go quick.
It is my boy Blast. Fire. Album's coming in. About You is my favorite song right now. I'm About You. I'm a Blast. I'm a ride with him. And
that's my 1 too.
One for me is gonna be just because he's golden and it brings back high school days, and I can listen to him, and it's just such a mood when you're with anybody. Is Russ. Russ might have to
Russ got fired too. Okay, talk about it.
I love Russ. Fire. All right. That's our top 3. That's our tier talk for episode 3. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We hope you guys like it. Comment down below what you guys want to see for tier talk.
And that it is.
And that is it. We're looking forward to week 1 of the football, the NFL season. Week 2 of the college football season. The 3 Coles. We're out.
Yes, sir, gang.
Peace. 3 out, baby.
Peace.